Okay, so just going to look at how to use the calculator a little bit. I'm going to start off by pressing on, bring this up a new document. Don't want anything, add a calculator. Here on this, do I have my pen? I'll find my pen. There it is. So we have the angles of elevation. We're after this line here. We're after this line here. So to find this line here, I'm going to need to find that angle there. So I can start off with my calculator by pressing document 7.2. And you want float 3 setting for 3 significant figures. You want to maybe switch on and off your exact arithmetic. So at the moment I have the exact arithmetic off here. If I want to get an exact answer, like a root 41 as my answer, I might go back in and switch it on again. So learn to switch this on and off. It's a bit annoying, otherwise what you can do, I'm going to switch it on and show you one technique we can do when it is on. So I find it can be really annoying with the CAS version, especially when you're doing sine ones, because it always gives you these exact values.
How do you go to the document settings?
That's document 7.2. We need to find the length of this line. So we need that length there. So we're going to do 180 minus 39.8. I get this value. So this is 3 significant figures. So this is 140. So angle ABD is equal to 180 minus 39.8 is equal to 140. Now that's rounded to 3 significant figures. If I press Control Enter, still rounded to 3 significant figures. If I want to see the exact value, go up and take it like that, press Enter. The exact value on this one is 140.2. This is the exact value. I would use that in subsequent calculations. But on my paper, I would write 140. Essentially, that's it. Let me do a bit more calculations. So we're after this length AD. So AD is going to be equal to 5. So if we want this one, and using the sine rule, we're going to need the angle up there. So I can find that one. You don't need to show all of these type of calculations. So I need at this point to type in 24.4. But then I need to subtract this angle. I'm not going to write 140. I'm not going to write 140. So have your cursor here, scroll up to the answer that you want to use. So we want to use this answer, press Enter, and it will copy the answer down and insert it into my formula. And then I press Enter. This is now an exact value. I still have 15.4, which is I can write. So I'll write the sine of 15.4 and then multiplied by the sine I'm bringing up in this denominator, which is the sine of 140. So I got to type that one in. I can do this in a couple of ways. I'm going to put up my quotient. I'm going to say 5 times sine. So in here, I want that 140. I want this exact value up there. So I scroll up to the exact value and press Enter, copies and puts it in. And then here, I want the sine of, and this time I want that value, but that I can also get like this by pressing Control Enter, because it's the last answer I calculated. It's a little bit quicker. And then I can press Enter. So this is our value. So this is going to be equal to 12.1. I don't think there's any units for the length. Oh, it is meters. That's a unit given there, 12.1 meters. That is not the exact value, 12.1. That's the exact value now. So I can copy that one down. Another technique you can use to go and get answers. So let's say I'm going to use this one. Let's say I might be using this one later. A couple of other techniques you can get for getting them. So you can go up to the answer like this one, and you can press Control C. And then later, when you're wanting to use that one, you can do Control V. UV. So Control C, Control V, copy paste works in the same way it does on a computer or a PC. Another good technique for saving answers is actually to store them in a variable. So I can go up and take this answer, and then I can press Control, Store. It's there, here above the 9. Look at it on your keyboard. Find the word store. And then I can store it in any letter I want. I can store it in the letter A. So any time now I want to use that number, I can just write A, and now it's stored. The exact value is stored.
Where's the store button?
The store button is here above the variables. All right, so let's go on with our questions and find the height of the tree. Oh, it should be pretty easy. We've got a right angled triangle here. The height of the tree is that side there, which is DC. So I can use SOHCAHTOA. I've got this length now, which is 12.1. So I think that's going to do it. It's the opposite. I've got that angle. So that would be the opposite. So the height of the tree, which is DC, is going to be the hypotenuse, 12.1, multiplied by the sine of 24.4. So let's do A times the sine of 24.4. 4.98. Meters. All right, so that's it. In summary, you write on your paper your answers to 3 significant figures. Write on your paper the answer correct to 3 significant figures. On your when you're doing the calculations from with previous ones, carry exact value forwards. Don't write 3 significant figures. On your calculator, carry the exact values forward.
Are 3 significant figures after the decimal? So
No, from the first non-zero digit. So a little bit of word on 3 significant figures. So if we take a number like this one, correct us 3 significant figures. It's not doing it. This one should be 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 significant figures. So from the first non-zero digit, you're thinking of decimal places. 3 decimal places is after the decimal point. Another thing to be careful of with 3 significant figures is, let's say we have 2.10345. Take this number. 3 significant figures. The calculator will say this. The calculator does make a mistake here with significant figures. If your calculator cuts off and gives you 2 significant figures, that's giving us 2. It cuts off the zeros. That's because this number, correct to 2 significant figures, is 2.10. You should write 2.10. 2.10 is far more accurate than 2.1. These are not the same number when it comes to the level of the degree of accuracy. Numerically, they are the same number, they have the same value, but they don't have the same level of accuracy. It's about accuracy. So 3 significant figures is about the level of accuracy, and you need to make sure if your calculator does this here, where it cuts off a significant figure, just think there's a 0 there at the end. And you can check that as well just by, you can check that. There's a few ways to check it. You could check it by copying this down and just seeing the 0, or figuring it out. You can check it by, that's the best. All right, let me stop there.